It's week 6 of the NFL, and we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry. It's the Chargers and the Broncos, and it's coming up next.
We've had a driving rainstorm make its way through the plains, and it definitely is going to be a factor here this afternoon at Empower Field at Mile High in Denver. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at this Bronco team. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Chargers, they come in with some fresh legs as they got the week off last week thanks to the early season bye.
And usually you hope your bye comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get fresh legs back, you take that time and you run with it.
And they will wrangle them down a couple yards shy of the 30. So now here are the Broncos to take over on offense, led out by their rookie quarterback, drafted 12th overall, Bo Nix out of Oregon.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. The first carry now. This is Williams. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, and this unit, very tough to throw against, currently second best in the NFL.
And this is where we talk game inside the game. Top 5 passing offense versus top 5 passing defense. I wouldn't be surprised defensively if they change up coverages a bit more than usual to try and combat what they expect to see.
Here's Nix. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Nix to the air. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
And coming up with an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It's too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. Herbert now. And this is incomplete. The Chargers at 3-1 here through the first 4 games. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
We're scoreless after 1. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Justin Herbert looking to pass, being chased out left. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt a kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
Now Herbert got to get into the line in a hurry. Looking to throw again on second down. Herbert. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage, when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
Now the Chargers hustling, trying to get up and get set. Up the middle, it's Edwards. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Here we go now on first and goal. They run once more with Edwards. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. The final shot before the break for Herbert. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. So we've hit half. Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Chargers offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he's been very impactful when using his legs this year, both when the pocket breaks down and by design. You notice his name sits near the top when looking at the league leaders in rushing yards by a quarterback. 25 yards that time. Here's Herbert, rolling to his left. That's laid out deep for Rice. And this is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's first and goal. Back to throw. Herbert toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Second down and goal. Herbert to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback.
That is caught by Rice for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Chargers have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Herbert and the Chargers staying put. They'll line up and go for 2.
The Chargers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it here for the 2 points, but there is a marker down, so we'll have to see what that's about.
Unnecessary roughness. Defense.
A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. So first and 10 now from the 30. To throw is Nix. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it's second down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Up the middle, it's Williams. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Here it is, 4th and inches.
Let's go now.
Here we go with Williams. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop them short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Again, it's Edwards. Down right around the 25. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. With the late lead, Herbert's going to throw it. And he will have a Charger 1st down, and that should be the one that gets him to the finish line.
It's getting cold in here, partner, because it looks like he's trying to ice this one away. Yeah, I know, bad dad joke, but what the heck, right? Scrambling for that first after the D blanket his receivers, that's a backbreaker for the defense. They finish this drive off with 6, and this one could be over.
He will push his way down to about the 14. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Herbert. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Now a handoff, Edwards. And he'll get inside the 10, but he's short of the line he needed. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and not all W's are created equal, CD, and this one came in shutout fashion.
Well, their offense certainly didn't need to do anything, right? They could take the day off, and they did, but the defense
It's week 7 of the National Football League, and we'll play host to a battle between conferences. It's the Chargers.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Herbert. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
That's complete. It's the rookie from USC. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The output from Rice in last week's game, 5 catches, 64 yards and a touchdown.
And you know what he did all week in preparation for this one? Hydrated.
Salivated.
Yes. Stretched. Dreamed. Going against the last.
His first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And the Cards are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You got to stay in a spot, Bart.
And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
For the extra point, Cameron Dicker. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. Well, they got the ball in great field position. 1 play later, boom, end zone. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. And that flag accepted. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at the 40. They run behind center with Connor. We'll get this up to about the 44. A check on the numbers last week for Connor. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Back in Arizona, 2nd quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And he's got the 1st down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. To throw is Murray. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. From the gun, Murray Finding his target, it's Trey McBride. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And that will be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Chargers offense and Justin Herbert getting set for this next drive. Now it's Herbert, and he's been a real threat in the red zone and beyond. As you take a look at the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns by a QB, you'll notice he's worked his way into the top 5 at this point of the season. 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. Herbert forced out to his left. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. Looking to throw. Herbert steps away to his left. He's going to fire one, corner of the end zone. And this one is incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Chargers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Here's Edwards again on 2nd down. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 50 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the 4th quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain. On the handoff, Edwards. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Hey, go lion.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Here's Herbert. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. On the move to his left. Well, certainly not how they drew it up. A 4th down gamble turns into a 4th down scramble, but all is well. First down. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Back to throw. Herbert. That is caught by Rice for a Charger touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Chargers are looking to run it to 5-1 on the season as they add to their 4th quarter lead.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
Now, after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side of this one. And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. Murray going to throw. That ball caught by Harrison. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Murray, one final try. One last shot at the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half.
It's Week 8 of the NFL, and the spotlight is on Justin Herbert. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Chargers and the Saints, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and football has returned to America's finest city, San Diego, California. Hi, everybody. Brandon Gordon alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Charger club entering play here. They come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And if you look back to last week, it was all about their defense. Anytime you hold an NFL team to single digits, that's saying something.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. Carr right away going to look to throw. And his first look is incomplete. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, it's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, it'd easily move into the top 5.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
Yeah, they held them to just 7 points, and if you rewatch the game tape, and I did multiple times, it was amazing to me that the other guys even got 7. They were absolutely dominating on that side of the football.
And that is incomplete. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
After seeing what he did last week, throwing 4 touchdown passes, I had to go to my thesaurus to try and come up with some great words for what he did. I'm still coming up blank. He was scintillating.
I'm going simple. I don't have your thesaurus. I'm going dynamite. He was dynamite.
I'll take it.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. That ball caught by his rookie wideout. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Herbert dancing to his left. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They snap it to Herbert. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Set for the 2nd quarter, San Diego in possession of the football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
We'll go orange. Set.
Edwards now on 1st and 10, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Buying time to his left. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Inside the 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick six.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick sixes and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And his ability to use his legs has given the defense fits when trying to game plan. He's currently second in the NFL in rushing yards by a QB.
I believe I'm following their logic. Take the big shot downfield, loosen things up. You're hoping to get some points on the board before the half. Maybe now you come back and throw some underneath stuff in order to make sure you get a completion.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. One incompletion, two incompletion. They're going for more.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Herbert throwing again, being chased out left. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. This is Edwards. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Now Herbert got to get him to the line in a hurry. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Forced out to his left. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Justin Herbert, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are on the board here in the final minute of the first half.
5-9.
And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it. And unable to connect. They don't get the two-point conversion here. So what do you think the mindset was there? You can tie it with a PAT here first half. Why go for the lead right now?
The old school mindset says if you have a better team, you just go ahead and continue to try and dominate. There's also a school of thought, if you don't think you're quite as good, you have to try and take advantage of opportunities. And finally, I just think this is analytics coming into the game. Someone saying the more you go for two, the better your chances are of actually getting them.
Here's Carr to throw. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Shotgun now for Carr. Johnson's got it complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Here now, 2nd and 4.
What now?
Carr. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Now Carr again. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So a very tight first half. Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Now a run with Edwards.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
Passer, defense.
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
Holding, offense.
So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Ready.
Here's Herbert. That'll be caught by Rice. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A give for Edwards running right. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th.
380. Good hunt.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it'll find the open man. That's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Herbert. And it's caught. And he's going to be out of bounds to stop the clock. And they continue to move a little bit closer toward that potential game-winning field goal.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Here comes 2nd down.
Go.
On the option right, Herbert. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Justin Herbert with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Chargers have taken a 4th quarter lead.
Well, Baylor tight. Ready.
Now it's Herbert, and it is incomplete, so they can't convert for 2. And now the lead stays at 5.
As we prepared for these games, we've noticed offensive coordinators have had an expanded playbook on 2-point conversion tries because they never know when they may have to use it during a game.
But that also means the defense probably has more for these situations too, right?
No doubt about it. I think for the most part, defenses will be aggressive on 2-point tries. They want to get after the offense and make them force the issue.
And here the defense wins. Here's Carr. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
That'll be caught by James. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout. Throwing his car. He's going to let it fly. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there. 51 yards. And the Saints use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the fourth. What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the fourth quarter.
And, partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Herbert and the Chargers down by a field goal. A little under a minute to go. They've won 3 in a row, but they've got work to do if they want to get a 4th in a row as they come up on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Just over 50 seconds remain. Here's 2nd and 10. Herbert to throw. Steps away. They find some open field here. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now. Now it's Edwards. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Throwing Herbert out to his left. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. This is 1st and 10.
12.
Herbert. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. I see you nodding your head up and down. It's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. Herbert going to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
This crowd really wants to explode. What a win this would be. They had a shot at the end zone right there, and it fell incomplete.
59. Go.
Now Herbert steps away to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Maybe some temptation here to try to go for the win, but I think you got to kick the field goal.
I agree totally. When you look at the time left on the clock, that's...
And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. And they will get the timeout. So 3 seconds remaining, and they can trot out the field goal unit and try to send this one to overtime. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. With 3 seconds to go, if it's good, we're off to overtime. And his kick is indeed good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So it's the Saints who are going to be in position to get the ball first as we are back underway and set for overtime. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds. Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now Carr. That is caught, and he works free. Still on his feet. Inside the 10, and he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime.